Good morning, Tubbers. How the devil are we? I'm in London today, and the traffic has been a bit like that over there, look. Pants. So it's, I missed my slot by about an hour and a half in total, but that's what you get when you come to London. So there we go. I've got a trucker roll call which I filmed and ready to upload, and knowing that I was getting up early this morning, I went up to bed with my laptop. But prior to that, I've been listening to some music downstairs, and I got my earphones and I put them down, closed the lid, took my laptop up, opened it up again. Of course, I did make sure that the earphones weren't trapped. Crack. That's it, so I've really got a problem with the computer now. But I've just ordered a new screen last night, straight away. Job done. So yeah, right, I'm up. Toodles. That's that, drop done. There was 14 pallets in total. Not very clear, that, to be absolutely honest with you. For a start off, on the manifest, the two drops are in the same box and they're just two little lines below each other. And the only reason I distinguished the two, because I don't know either of the companies, is because one said AM next to it and the other one said 10 AM. I thought, what, are they both going to the same place? Then looking through the invoices, I could see that there were two different locations. Normally what you do in these manifests, you have little boxes. You have your collections down one side, your deliveries down the other. With your delivery, you get where you're collecting the load from, or if it was from already loaded from your depot, to say your depot, then your first delivery. Then if there was no collection next, that box would be blank, and the one next to it in another delivery it'd be your next delivery, and so on and so forth. But they haven't been that courteous to me. So yeah, I did start to go to, because I pulled the paperwork out and I presumed, and you should never presume, I've told you that before, but I presumed there'd be an order, but they weren't. They're only 10 miles apart, but while sat in traffic I was looking at it. I thought, no, this is wrong. So I looked into it a bit more. So I changed. Instead of going to the other one I was previously going, I switched to this one. But now I'm out of drive time, so I took 15 minutes. So now I've pulled forward out the way. I'll take another 30 because I'm out of drive time. And if you look, I don't know if I turn the ignition on, set lights up. Yes, I know. Now, yeah, I got another 28 minutes to take before I can drive another 4.5 hours. And the top rest is me, and the bottom rest is him. Don't ask me why I do it, but I always put Jobby, the second driver, on brake as well. I don't know why I do it, but I do. So there we go. And I'm sat by a river which is a subsidiary to the Thames, because I just looked at the map. But if you look, that's the river, and if I zoom out, there's the Thames, look. So I've got both sat-nav set up again. I've got Google Maps and TomTom, because I don't trust TomTom. However, at the same breath, I don't trust Google Maps either, and I haven't got a map that tells me where the bridges are. So if I just trust the Google Maps, I could well go through weight restriction, height restriction, width restriction, etc. So, not that TomTom's much better at doing it, but I put him on as well. So yeah, according to them both, we're just 10 miles away, so I imagine the route's very similar. And then it gone cold, eh? Yeah, I was out last night. I've got I built like I don't even know what to call it. Pergola. It's not a pergola because it's got a roof on it. Shut up. No. No, I just want to make you go quiet. Oh, I hate stereos. Look, normally you press that and it goes to mute. So I'm going to have to get off that. I'm on auxiliary now. Yes, it's like a pergola, but it's got a proper roof on it, and it's got two big glass panels, double glazed panels, which were out of an old patio door in it. And outside under there I've got a little fire. Well, I lit that because it was getting cold, so I went out there to do my roll call, but then I took it off the memory card, off this, uploaded it onto the computer, and it at that point I took the computer upstairs to just throw it in the editor, and of course I shut the laptop and it still had the earbuds in it. When I opened it up, it had cracked the screen good and proper. So yeah, new screen is on order, like I said. So, but we've still got a problem with it. It just keeps saying not available and stuff like that. It's not a very old computer. It should do better than that. Back's feeling a little bit better today. Not struggling with it quite so much. I've just been on the back of this wagon. Luckily there's a ladder. They're supposed to provide them, but not all trailers do, I'll warn you. But there's a little ladder that pulls out the back, drops down, so you can climb up onto the back of the wagon safely. And when you've got a bad back, you definitely need one of them. So that was working. So then the fella with the forklift put a pump truck on the back, and I brought the load to the back doors. That saved having to undo all the curtains, you see. Because it's, you imagine on a big trailer it's a bit of a faff if you haven't got to. So. And they don't have a bay. Yeah, it's a rotten old day though. It's been raining. I set off from home at 3 o'clock this morning. It's been raining ever since, and there's nothing gives you the ump more than when you're trying to hook up to a trailer and it's dark and wazzing it down. So yes, I got the ump this morning. My jacket I got a new jacket here, ready for the winter. I got it off eBay, I think. 20 quid, £22, something like that. And I've got grease in it already, look. You see? It's going to happen there next. But yeah, it's quilt lined. It's supposed to be waterproof, whether it is or not. But it was wet through this morning. But I'm in a brand new Scania again today. And a bit later on, if it dries up a little, I will show you around it, because this is a direct from Scania hire truck, so there's no livery on it. So I'll show you around it from the outside, because the changes are very subtle. They're very easy to miss when they're out on the road. But yeah, it's only got 3,748 kilometres, which is, as anybody will tell you, brand new. So yeah, but it's got a couple of nice features on it. But I'm not sold on the seats in them, you know. I've driven a few of these now, and the old Scanias, the seats were, you could drive in them all day long, no bother. But for some reason, I start a couple of hours in, I start getting uncomfortable in these. They're just not as good as the old ones. I don't know if they upgrade the seats if you have, like, if you buy a higher spec truck, a top line or whatever. So, but no, and I'm not the only one to say that. So yeah, when you come into London, it's a 3.5 hour drive, you see. That's if the traffic's kind to you, which it wasn't, as it never is, even when you set off at 4 o'clock in the morning. But so, there we go, got 21 minutes left to take. I've got no snap today. Some days I just can't be bothered to do a pack up, you know what I mean? So I generally try and find a Subway en route, which is easier said than done. That's why I quite like when they're at the service stations having them in. Right, let's hope the weather clears up a bit, eh? Catch you later. Canary Wharf in the distance. It's trying to brighten up a bit. Got this, there's about, I think about 10 pallets, 12, maybe 12 left on board. Drop them, then I've got a collection to make, and then I've got a delivery back in Worcester on the way back. I just hope I'm going to have enough hours. See there, Millennium Dome, is that it? And Canary Wharf. That Millennium Dome. There's things. Oh, I can see Central London in the, to the right of it. What are you doing? Go on then, you're on. Come on, giddy up, giddy up. Oh, my old fruit. Now you're accelerating.
Stream.
Apparently it's behind me. I'll go through these gates to turn around up here. forwards and reverse it back and come back out again. That's near bother. Bleeding Bentleys are bloody ugly. Them SUVs. Oh, somebody else parked in right now. Very good of you. Dude, you've got to find a path. Honestly, I know I ain't got a seatbelt on in this little state. Relax. Alright, you just see me thank you, but you're busy on your phone. That's fine. Old sailory. He said it's massive, difficult to miss. I've been known. You give me an opportunity, I'll miss it. Have I just driven past it? Seriously? I see a sign. There's a sign. It come to me. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ah, do we get through this gate though? Nope. Not bad practice. How do we get in? Where's your tradesman's entrance? Come on, let me know. Super job. There we go. Toodles. Get your kicks on Route 66. That can only mean one thing, and that is put it on brake. Yay! I started at 4 o'clock this morning, and the time now is nearly 7. And if you look up there, it says I need 9 hours rest, or 8 hours 59 minutes now, because I've had 1 minute, and then I can drive another 4 hours and 30 minutes. Because I went to London today and I drove one 4.5 hour stint. Then I took 45 minutes. Then I come back up collecting, didn't make, we changed the loads because I wasn't going to make it to where I needed to be. So now I've got to take this load back to the yard tomorrow morning after I've had 9 hours rest, and then I've got to swap this trailer for another one. Then I go back out again, do another day's work. But it sounds mad, but it's just the way it is, unfortunately. Whenever you've got London on your manifest, this is a distinct possibility if you live up in the Midlands area, because getting in and out of London, as any driver will tell you, is a pig. Even though I set off at 4 o'clock this morning, well, I arrived there at 4 o'clock this morning. By the time I'd hooked the trailer up in the rain, and it was heavy rain and whatnot, it was just gone 4:30, 25 to 5. So yeah, and unfortunately I don't have my overnight gear because I wasn't expecting to be overnighting. I knew nothing about this run before I come in, nothing. Had I have known, I'd have chucked my blanket in. So, but it's got an night heater, I've got my coat, I shall have to do a mend, simple as that. So yeah, that's the reality of trucking, I'm afraid. This happens from time to time. I've just pulled off the A1, and there's a golf course just here to my left called Greetham Valley Golf Course, and I knew this area, and I knew I'd find somewhere to park away from the A1, because just before I come off at Greetham, actually it's the Oakham turn off. There is a lay-by for trucks to go in, but it's always rammed, and there'll be trucks leaving in the middle of the night, all that malarkey. So I don't want any of that. So I'm out on my Tada here, which is always a risk, but I've not got valuable cargo. I've got socks, well, not just socks, they're them socks with the little bobbly bits on the bottom, stop you slipping, you know which ones. So yeah, that's me out on a night out, I'm afraid. This load, I can't remember what time it's got to be. Yeah, I should get back to the yard for about 6ish. That'll do me. Have a good 10 hours rest, I think. But home is about 22 miles that way. which is disappointing. But ho hum. Only had a few minutes of driving. 12 minutes, something like that left, driving time. Right, so I'm keeping this unit tomorrow, switching trailers, and hopefully the night crew will have loaded it, so I haven't got to wait around in the morning to get it loaded. Where am I going tomorrow? Swindon, I think. I'm going to Swindon, then a load from Swindon to Birmingham area. So, catch you later. Drive safe.